And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. We're watching tonight LA Galaxy versus CF Pachuca, Leagues Cup 2025 quarterfinals. The fourth quarterfinal of four. We'll pay attention to the Seattle Pueblos score as this goes. 0-0 as we speak. And Toluca loses on penalties to Orlando 6-5. Orlando's going to play Miami during the semifinal. I don't know why I'm surprised. Basically, Gallese single-handedly got Orlando to the semis, and they're playing Miami. Things are lining up for Miami because, well, let's be real. Orlando has owned Miami this year, but why not get revenge during a game that matters the most of them all so far? So, we're going to find out. With that being said, LA Galaxy playing the fourth match. When this game's over, we'll have all four of our semifinalists. Once this is over, also, or during halftime, watch the RSR for the Miami game. And we'll keep an eye on the Seattle score. And if they go to penalties, we'll throw it up on computer because they're on FS1, so I could throw it up on foxsports.com. But not really. It does qualify for CONCACAF, but if it didn't do that, it would not be legit at all. So, no. LA Galaxy contra CF Pachuca en la Leagues Cup Cuartos de Final. Cuarto Final 4. We will begin. Starting 11s are as follows. For LA Galaxy, we have Novak in goal. The back four of Julian Ayude, Zanka, Matthias Jorgensen, Zanka, Carlos Garces, and Mauricio Cuevas. The midfield three of Diego Fagundes, Edwin Cerrillo, Marco Royce, who's been getting better recently. Front three, Gabriel Peck, Matheus Nascimento, and Joseph Painzel. For Pachuca, we have Carlos Moreno, the back four, Chaka Rodriguez, Eduardo Bowerman. We have Sergio Barreto, Alonso Aceves, the midfield two of Pedro Pedraza, Elias Montiel, who is still somehow at Pachuca, Alexi Dominguez, Victor Guzman, Usama Idrisi, and up top, Jonder Cadiz. Yeah. Puebla's making them work, though. I have to admit. Puebla hadn't been so bad recently, or during the first 30 minutes of that game, which I did watch. How we doing, Jimmy? But yeah, Sounders are going to win. I still think in the end they will. But right now we have the score line up right where it needs to be. If they go to penalties, we'll throw it up. No review for this game. It's going to be ending way too late, even if it's regular time. So you just get the stream. We've done it reverse, the schedule-wise. Normally, it's the last game gets the review. The first game doesn't. Tonight, it's in reverse. The review goes first. Yep. But I'd rather win the games that matter more if I was Miami than regular season games. So Miami has them right where they want them, I would say. But we will be starting this very soon. And it starts at 11 instead because of the penalty shootout. They will start at 11. Well, if there was a shootout, would have went past 1 a.m. anyway. For me, I still think Miami wins. I believe Messi will play, and I believe Miami wins over Orlando. They're hosting the game. They want to make a statement. They want to make a point. Miami wins. Again, you'd rather win the ones that matter more. That's simple. So. Dodgers lost 3-8. Well, at least Miami advanced. Oh, Lord. Julio Enciso will join Blue Co. Group spending this season at Strasbourg, joining Chelsea 26-27. Of course. Of course. What do you know? I mean, Enciso's a good player, but Chelsea can't stop doing this Strasbourg bullshit. Yeah. Well, I think the shirt kind of says it, sort of. I mean, I think the shirt kind of says it, but do that what you will. Do that what you will. Hey, you know what? Kick the show off with a promo and then wrestle in the main event, you know? That's the way it should be, right? That's the way it should be. Maybe a backstage interview like halfway through the show as well on a 3-hour Monday Night Raw. But, you know, yeah. That works for me. That works for me. Or early match with a bullshit finish. Main event ends up being the tag match that connects to the bullshit finish. Or either way. Yeah. This match gets pushed back a little bit because of the penalty shootout of the last one. By that I mean Orlando Toluca. Because they were playing at the same stadium. So 1 a.m. straight, which I guess is better than 12:45. But, you know, whatever. At this point, I want to see an MLS, all MLS semifinal at this point. At this point, after Orlando just busted my bracket, I want to see an all MLS semifinal and final because somebody's going to have a conniption. I'm not sure who. Garber, Mikel Arreola, Apple, somebody's going to be pissed. I don't know who. Speaking of 0-0 between Seattle and Puebla, so Puebla's still trying to make them earn it. Seattle's going to win in the end, though. That's why I say all MLS semifinal. Galaxy might blow this, but who knows? How we doing, Henry? Could you imagine if Miami loses and faces Galaxy, so I have to travel all the way to LA for a useless third-place game for a Champs Cup they'll qualify to anyway? Well, the way they're playing, how shaky they are, If they don't win MLS Cup, they may not make it. Leagues Cup, it would be nice to know you're going. Miami's not in the position where you could say they're going to Champions Cup for certain. If they don't, now we know they're going to be playing for at least one CONCACAF spot for both their next two matches, or I should say their next two Leagues Cup matches. They're playing for a CONCACAF spot, no matter what. If they win the semifinal, they're playing for the round of 16 berth. If they lose the semifinal, they're playing to make the tournament. They will make the playoffs. This is true. The question being, are they, let's look. Good thing with Leagues Cup now is backfills might put them in anyway, so that's the good news. But Miami is 8th place in the Supporter Shield table. They are 5th place in the East, and they are 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 7 points back of Cincinnati with 25, 26, 27, 3 games in hand, so 46, 47, 48, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. If they win all their games in hand and Cincinnati loses out, if they win all their games in hand, they'll catch up to Cincinnati. That's the good news. The question is will they? And the question is, what happens on the games that aren't games in hand, but equal? But either way. So they're not in just yet. Blitzo said there'd be more lore about the lab partner, about his lab partner. They're in the same algebra, is it calculus class. He said there'd be more. He told me. I mean, we're all rooting for him. Let's be honest. It's not his girlfriend, but we're all rooting for him. Let's be honest. I mean, she's probably rooting for it too, but you know what? I think we're all rooting for it to end up working. I think we all are. I'm going to be real. I say it does, but either way, I say it does in the end, but either way, sometimes you got to be like, you know what? Maybe that was always the right play. I don't know. Either way. A lot of them, yes. A lot of them are. A lot of MLS stadiums are smaller than Liga MX stadiums. Yeah. They're making them work for it, but I still think Seattle wins in the end. 43rd minute, 0-0 between Seattle and Puebla. If it goes to penalties, we'll throw it up. Or delete the club. No. Honestly, they should have deleted the club after how they pulled the freaking playoffs last year. As well as the Champions Cup loss to Vancouver. So I like the Seattle jersey, though, retro. I mean, it is a cool jersey. I don't think I put it in my collection. It's cool. I mean, Seattle's not a team where I wouldn't put them in my collection at all. I mean, I would put a Seattle jersey in my collection. It's not the first one I would. It's better than their monster truck tread jersey. It's better than their current home jersey. It's better than their current away jersey. So it's the best of a crappy bunch. I think the best Seattle jersey that I've seen, actually, it's either that pink and black jersey they had in 2018 and 19, the Nightfall kit, or was it 1920? 1920. The Nightfall kit, the Bruce Lee kit, that was amazing. And then the Bruce Lee kit was cool, but the Jimi Hendrix kit was amazing. Well, then again, either way, they're more energetic. The thing about Orlando is they're more energetic. The reason they've had Miami's number is because they're more energetic. Messi, you cannot have like 3 guys not running when you're playing Orlando. And I think they finally found, truthfully, I think Orlando's finally found that master key piece to build up to be a actually contending team. Yes, Skyese is better statistically this year. But Edward Atuesta, he is the reason. Edward Atuesta is the reason that Orlando is truly a contender. The dude is impossible to strip the ball from, and he makes so many good passes. Atuesta was like this at LAFC. He made LAFC as good as they were. I really believe, look at the 2020 Champions League final. Atuesta, when he was gone, especially on that 2020 squad, when he was suspended for the final, they fell apart like a Jenga shack. Atuesta controlled the tempo of that team. They would have been the Champions League winners had he not been suspended for that final against Tigres. I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. Atuesta is a damn good player. Yeah. But for me, when it comes down to it, I think Atuesta is a very good player, and he just controls the tempo. He controls the game, controls the tempo, and he's the reason why Orlando is so good, an actual contender, because that's how good he is, Edward Atuesta. He's that good. He was that good at LA. Galaxy, or FC, my bad, FC. Can't say that on a Galaxy stream. Yeah, I don't see Messi playing a third-place game. Whether he plays a semifinal or not, if Miami plays a third-place game, especially against the Galaxy, he ain't playing. I don't believe it. He ain't going to waste himself on a third-place game, especially after just coming back from an injury. I think he's only going to play the final. Luis Muriel and Atuesta. I don't think. Okay. I mean, Muriel ain't bad, but he was there last year, and they were good, but not great. They were good, but not awesome. Halftime of the Seattle game, it is 0-0. They're still working for it. Muriel was there last year, but they weren't great. They were just good. They did get to the Eastern Conference Final and lost to the Red Bulls. They were just good. And they got lucky for a lot of bullshit. And let's remember, the Eastern Conference playoffs last year was a lot of bullshit. Lots and lots of bullshit. So, that's the only reason Orlando made it that far in the first place last year, was the fact that Miami went down. Ricky is back with Galaxy. Let's see. Is he on the bench? No, the game hasn't started because of the penalty shootout of the last game at LA. because Toluca and Orlando played in LA. The penalty shootout pushed the game back a little bit because they had to get the pitch cleaned, of course, or make sure the pitch was in tip-top shape. Of course, the players had to clear out the locker rooms too. Players had to warm up. Now we're going. We're about to get going. Ricky is not on the bench and not starting. He's not starting, I know that. The question is, I don't think he's on the bench either. Miami and Orlando will be playing each other. And Miami will host Orlando on August 27th. Oh, both semifinals are on the same day. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Miami starting 11, Novak, or LA starting 11, Novak in goal. Aude, Garces, Zanka, Cuevas, Fagundes, Cerrillo, Marco Royce. Up top, Joseph Painsil, Nacimiento, and Gabriel Peck. Yeah, it's called a penalty shootout. No Ricky on the bench either. How we doing, William? Yes, we'll have a Florida derby on midweek next week. Carlos Moreno for Pachuca, the 27th. Aceves, Barreto, Bowerman, Rodriguez, Montiel Pedraza, Adrisi, Guzman, Dominguez. And up top, we have Jonder Cadiz. Joseph Painsil is a damn good player. I think he's a talented player. I do believe this season was a slow start for him, but he's a solid player. He plays good football. He's got a very good pace. He's got a good mentality. He knows how to look at the game and read the game off the wing. I think he's a damn good player. Speaking of, he's the player to watch for the LA Galaxy tonight. 1 hour early for now? I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'll watch. It's definitely going to start a lot earlier next week because they're in Europe. Victor Guzman is the player to watch for Pachuca. I agree with that. Real España 1-0 over Didiahen. Well, good for Real España. Hans must be happy. I feel like they will. Pachuca versus LA Galaxy. Will the defending MLS Cup champions step up? This is LA's chance to advance to the CONCACAF Champions Cup in their title defense year, which they're not defending their title of the MLS-wise. Their MLS title defense is up in smoke. Now, the question is, can they win this game to at least be able to play for a CONCACAF Champions Cup spot? Well, over their next two matches, I should say. But even if they lost the semifinal, they still have another chance to pick up a CONCACAF spot if they win tonight. You get my point. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it either. But Puebla's making Seattle work for it. But then again, I can't believe that Toluca and Toluca versus Orlando in LA was a tie, and then it went to a shootout. So I'm sure Seattle will still win, though, in the end. It just won't be as dominant as I expected. But as long as you win, does it matter? Does it matter? Final game's about to start. If the Seattle-Puebla game goes to penalties, I don't think it will. We'll throw it up on the computer to watch the shootout because it's on FS1, so I could throw it up on foxsports.com and watch it that way. 84th minute. But I've watched at least a portion of all four games tonight. 2 full games and a portion of the other 2. How we doing, Winvo? How are you feeling, man? Your team has gone to the semifinals of the Leagues Cup. You're 1 win away from going to the CONCACAF Champions Cup for, what is it, the 3rd time? No. 2022, 2023 CONCACAF Champions League. They've made the Champions Cup. They made the 24 Champions Cup, yeah. Last 2 out of 3 years. So 3rd time in 4 years. Open Cup, points-wise, didn't make it. A game away. Well, y'all are succeeding, so. They didn't go this year. Yeah, they went 23 and 24. Well, it's all about fixture congestion, which is why they don't play. Pachuca wearing blue, LA Galaxy wearing white. That makes sense. You know, I don't like it. I wish the old format was still around, but I don't know if it was the fact they blocked off a month to play these games, or they still blocked off 2 weeks to play the damn group stage. You know, I think there definitely could be a round of 16. Here's the thing. If you can't change the format or can't go back to the old format, here's my idea. You know how they had the week in between? We use the midweek in between, the off week that they had between the group stage and quarterfinals, to have the top 8 teams per league play each other. 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 5 versus 4. They all play each other to play into the quarterfinals. The top 8 have a chance to play into the quarterfinals. Now you're saying, but there aren't league versus league matchups throughout the tournament until possibly the semifinals. Yeah, no. Top 4 teams per league is stupid. It is. I'm sorry. I like the fact that there is quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, but the top 8 per league should play each other to advance to a play-in to play into the quarterfinals. So basically I'm saying group stage, elimination stage, knockout tournament. You know what I'm saying? Not like a wild card, but like you go to the stadium of the team seated higher than you or something like that. When it comes to the placement, I feel like Portland got hard done by. I really do. No. But here's my thought. They have a week off in between group stage and knockout stage. Use that as a play-in. So there's basically 3. I would consider the play-in more of the group stage than the knockout stage. It's not really a round of 16, but it is a round of 16. Portland got screwed too. Like, Portland should have made it through. That's my opinion. Columbus should have as well. 4 teams is just way too tight of a squeeze. I'm sorry. It is. The true best 4 teams of that top 8 will advance to the knockout stage if you do it the top 8 way. So basically, you have the knockout, you have the group stage, repechaje, true knockout tournament. That's the way I want to see it. That's the way I would call it. I don't call the round of 8 or the round of 16, even if they do it. 8 teams per league. I don't really call that knockout stage. I call that repechaje into the knockout stage, where then you would play 1 through 4. The highest, like if seed 1 wins in both leagues, they're seed number 1 for the ride. So the highest seed remaining becomes seed number 1 for both leagues. and then so on and so forth. So if it's 4, 5, 6, 8, or 4, 4, 5, or 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8 become MLS 1, 2, 3, and 4. Playing Liga MX 4, 3, 2, and 1, so to speak. Even if they are 1 to 4. Even if their 1 to 4 makes it through and MLS is 4 to or 5 to 8 makes it, then you rank it, but you play them by their seed and you host the games by the ranking of the teams. I think that's a better idea, personally. The only way the seed decides the host team is the repechaje. But that's the way it should be. Next year, that's the way it should be. Top 8 teams per league play each other to make the knockout stage after playing the group stage. In that week in between where they had the off week this year. The midweek in between where they had the off week this year. I think that's better. After watching it, I think that's better. So, yes, you have to play an extra knockout game, but technically it's a repechaje into the knockout stage. So you play 3 group matches, 1 repechaje, knockouts. I mean, it's possible. I'm not too sure about it. I don't know if it's hopium or anything. I could see it being real, like that being the actual situation, that does end up happening somewhere, but I think it's kind of some hopium, though. It can't happen, but I think there's hopium there by Canadian fans. Gio Reyna to Parma looks like it's going to happen. No. Nope. Pachuca versus Galaxy, we're about to get going. Halftime 0-0. Who you got winning the Seattle game? Seattle. I still think they're going to get it done. Here we go. O'Shane Nation, the center ref, and we're about to begin. So 1:15 finishing before penalties, and then we'll see what happens with the penalties. Here we go, boys. Real España beat Denny Ahen 1-0. Speaking of, second half is not started, or it is starting in seconds. All right. Here we go. Seattle about to start their second half against Puebla. Galaxy is about to start their game against Pachuca. We are 2/4 away from a semifinal, or an all MLS semifinal. And Seattle could easily make it 3 out of 4. And let's see if Galaxy can make it 4 out of 4. At this point, I want an all MLS semifinal at this point, if I'm being real. I want an all MLS semifinal at this point. So I have Pachuca winning this game, but my bracket's busted, so I don't care. Well, you're wearing Galaxy colors. Yeah, that's true. LA Galaxy played well against Santos. Like, it's funny, though. LA Galaxy have been pretty damn solid in Leagues Cup. They beat Tijuana heavily. They drew Cruz Azul, and then they beat the hell out of Santos. They've been doing well against Mexican teams, which is weird, considering how bad their season's gone. Paintsel picks the ball up. That'll be a throw-in. They did lose heavily to Seattle and Miami, but I think they know what this tournament means. I think they unironically might do something special here. I think they unironically realize that this tournament means everything this season. Unironically, I was joking when I said that. I didn't, like, when I said, you know what, LA Galaxy might do just fine in this tournament because they realize it means everything to their season. I was joking. I didn't know they actually would do that. I think they're trying to leave it to another level when it comes to Leagues Cup. They start off on the front foot. Cuevas. Honestly, though, when they play Cuevas, they do look better, though. I will say that much. I will say, when Cuevas plays, LA Galaxy looks better, at least this year. Cuevas is that dude. Yamanet, I just don't think he has it. Either way. Cuevas did play second half, the second match. 2 minutes in. Let's look at the Xolos game. Playing forward. Playing forward, Gabriel Peck. Making the run, Nacimiento loses the ball. Oh, he played it straight to the feet of another player. Cuevas played against 68 minutes against Xolos. Okay, yep. I kind of dig the Sounders throwback jerseys. Second half has started for the Sounders, speaking of. 0-0. 0-0 both games, I should say. We have not had a goal since, it's funny actually, we have not had an open play goal since Angel Correa, actually. In this tournament tonight, we have not had an open play goal besides Angel Correa's goal. No goals in the Toluca game, only the shootout, all penalties. Miami scored 2 penalties. The only open play goal that's been scored tonight has been Angel Correa's goal. The shootout had 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 penalties. 13 penalties tonight. And 2 0-0 draws so far. Well, of course, also the 3. 2 undergoing and 1 that did finish 0-0. I don't think the Seattle game will finish there, but either way, 4 minutes in. Ain't that crazy? We've only seen penalties besides 1 goal this whole night. Ain't that something? Cross in. Good clearance. Get the ball out. Good. Peck doesn't win the second ball. Aceves. Adrisi. Aceves. Cross. Shot wide. Goal kick for Novak. Correa seems like he's on his way to winning the Golden Boot, though. 5 goals this tournament. Yeah, and here's the thing about Correa. Angel Correa, dude should not have left Europe. That dude, he might have just answered Tigres' prayers for a new striker that is near as good as Andre Pierre Gignac. Like, it seems like prime Gignac to me, the way Correa's playing. It feels like deja vu all over again. And arguably, you could say that when Gignac left to join Tigres, he never should have left Europe. Correa's going the same way, really. And that's what Tigres has been looking for a good while now, is somebody who could be the same type of guy as Gignac was 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, even up to about 4 years ago, but like hit the ground running and prove that maybe you should have never left Europe in the first place. So Correa just looks like that dude. He just does. He just does. He just does. Six minutes. He just does. Playing forward. Six minutes. Seven minutes, 0-0. Settle so far. Seven minutes in. Over the top. Peck running for it. Will Aceves get there first? He does. It's out for a throw for Galaxy. He was just a Liga MX All-Star a year back. Well, Gignac was injured for most of the year, this calendar year, and age has been hitting him hard recently. He still has his moments. Whenever he's playing, he still has his moments. But age is hitting him hard, I believe, over the past 2 or so years, even though he has his moments. And I think they were going for the big names as well. I don't think they were really looking at performance for those all-star games either way. But I think a lot of the big names go, but there are some people who are more there on performance. You can kind of tell. But Independiente beat Saprissa 1-0. Yes, they did. Gignac at this point is kind of like the elder statesman who has a big name, who still could pull good moments out of his ass. That's why he was there. That's what we're talking about. But, you know, age is kind of getting to him is my point. I believe that, and it does to everybody at some point, unless you're Tom Brady. I don't think age defeated Tom Brady, to be real. I think he retired because really, I just don't think, he retired because of Giselle. What I think happened is that, yeah, his last season was not as good as it normally was, but it wasn't really Brady's fault. That Tampa team just didn't have it. But either way, my point being is this. Tom Brady still didn't lose to age. I'm not going to let you say that. I'm not. I think that he just, I think he felt like that last season was sort of a, just felt like, I don't know. I don't know. I think he may still be playing today if he didn't get divorced. If I'm being real. But we'll never know. Header down. Yeah, I would agree with that. No. Playing forward. 11th minute, 0-0. Playing forward. 11 minutes. LA Galaxy ain't playing so badly. Speaking of, still 0-0 for Seattle, by the way. Yeah. Puebla are defending well. Yeah. We might have another Toluca Orlando situation going on there. Reverse. I don't think Seattle will bottle a penalty shootout, though. It's kind of ironic, though. Toluca went down. Oh, Gallese also scored the winning penalty. Yeah, no. Toluca went down to Pedro Gallese, and not even his saves. He also, it's funny because Toluca used to be the team known for having a penalty taker that was a goalie. Before he left, of course. They end up getting knocked out on penalties by a goalie taking a penalty after he made 2 saves himself. I don't know if that's aura or just, I don't know what that is. Throw in or corner for LA Galaxy. I don't know what that is, really. I don't know what that is, really, to me. That's got to be aura. Like, save 2 penalties, take the winning penalty, and score. Header over the bar by the Galaxy. Volpe. They did do him dirty, but it's just kind of ironic that Volpe was there, was their penalty taker, and then 2 years, year after he got let go, he moved on. Toluca gets eliminated by a goalie taking a winning penalty. It's just kind of ironic. It would suck for anybody else, but for a team who used to have a goalie take penalties and be their main penalty taker, it's ironic. It's not like they sucked back then. They were still pretty good. Yes, it did. Cena didn't even like it. He tried to make it work, but I legit think that they didn't give him anything to really work with because Rock walked away. Travis Scott's an idiot, an egotistical idiot. John had to make it work himself. And he tried. There were some promos where, I mean, he had a good point. But then John also basically, like, behind the scenes, he still did Make-A-Wishes. He still showed up at WrestleMania Access at the DJ booth acting like face John Cena. His interviews, whether it was in his gear or not, the one he did with Daniel Cormier before WrestleMania, face John Cena. Like, I don't think I think when he realized it was failing, which was pretty damn quickly, I think John basically said, nah, I'm going to act like my own self outside of the ring. Like, I'm still going to be John Cena. And I don't think, and as I said last night, I believe John Cena truly is a damn good guy. I think the dude is exactly what he plays on TV when it comes to his face gimmick. He is. I think that's also why it failed. John doesn't have a bad bone in his body. And I believe that 100%. It should have never happened in the first place. You know what's kind of funny? Shawn Michaels is a better booker than Triple H. Like NXT, like Shawn Michaels NXT is awesome. It reminds me of like mid 2010s NXT. Like basically what got Triple H over. You know, it reminds me of Full Sail NXT. Like Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville era NXT. You know? Shawn Michaels is a damn good booker, is all I'm saying. No, I'm not. My senior year, my grade 12 year was 6 years ago. I don't know what he's talking about. We already freaking covered this yesterday. No, I'm not. And I never went to college, but even if I went to college, yeah, I mean, I'd be out by now. My senior year was 6 years ago, pre-COVID. I don't know what he's talking about. College is a scam. I agree. Basically, don't pay attention to him. '19th minute. Oh no. Cuevas goes down bad. Okay, I'm not 30 either. I'm not 30 either. I'm 25. I mean, I'm 5 years away from it, but, you know, I mean, I'm 5 years away from being 30, but I ain't 30 yet. It ain't far away. Holy shit. It ain't far away. I mean, I'll be 30 before you know it with the way time flies. But sees RSR 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. RSR 12, I will be 30. 2 weeks into the season. But 2 or 3 weeks into the season. But most of the season, RSR 12, I will be 30. That's when. It'll be here before you know it, but I'm not 30 yet. I'm not 30 yet. I'm not TJ Perkins. Even with a beard, I still look a little bit young for my age, but I'm not TJ Perkins, okay? Like, look back when the Cruiserweight Classic happened. The dude was 32 and he looked like he was 18. I knew he was around for a long time, but still, either way, I think Dillon might be the only one to get that reference. Either way, tempers are flaring. $25's an unk? Wait, what? That's not an unk. Right? 25 ain't unk. What do you mean? What do you mean? That ain't unk. I feel like I'm getting old too, so. Little unk. Wait, what? 25's unk? Wait, what? 21st minute. Nil-nil, settle. Speaking of, it's still 0-0 for Seattle. Oh, Lord. 8-1 for Cartagenas over Verdez. Seattle brings it down. That was 63rd minute, over the bar. Wide, saved. Fair enough. Twenty-second minute. I don't know. I think he's just... And I don't think he meant college senior year either. Yeah. I know. Seattle's still a better team. 23rd minute. I don't know. It's better than the stupid freaking bowler joke that Pacharo does. They've been playing well for some reason during Leagues Cup. Still got 7-0 by Tigres. Either way, free kick for Pachuca. Free kick over the top. Brought down. Header over the bar by Garces. Corner for Pachuca. Yeah, I think they've used all of it up on this tournament because getting punked out by Tigres like they did makes no sense. No, I don't. No, I don't. John Cena's the one who likes K-pop. I don't. No joke. John Cena's a BTS stan. No joke. I'm not the one who's a BTS stan. I don't understand it. Shot wide. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Do I like anime? Yes. Do I like Sasuke, the obstacle course show? Yes. / franchise? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do, but I don't like K-pop. Maybe the music's good, but the fan base is insane. Is the music good? Is K-pop music good? It does sound nice, but their fan base is insane. But not everybody is. Look at John Cena. He's the only one who isn't insane. I didn't say he was. He does have his quirks, though, but he's not insane. He's not insane. Did I just start a civil war? Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I did. I don't know. Do I care? No. No, I don't. Did I start a civil war? Maybe. Do I care? No. No, I don't. No, I don't. I'll stick with Randy Travis and George Strait. Thank you very much. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. Corner for LA Galaxy. 27th minute. And Billy Joel. Shot! Own goal! Own goal! Own goal! Aceves! No! 1-0 LA. 1-0 LA. 1-0. Own goal. Auto goal. Aceves drives in the cross. And LA Galaxy leads. And there's still only been one open play goal scored by the team who actually scored the goal. Oh my God. Corner taking quickly, Fagundes. Royce plays it through. And Aceves he didn't even try to clear it. He just puts it straight on net. And what's Moreno doing? Oh my God. What a failure. What an absolute failure. Aceves with an own goal. Oh my God. Well, Galaxy needed a little bit of luck to go their way. Make your own luck, right? Free kick for Pachuca. And Cerrillo went full heat-seeking missile, getting a yellow card that I think, yeah, that's deserved. Full heat-seeking missile. Dude, you just took the lead. Don't do that. Maybe my team can win this cup. I mean, it's the only thing your season's worth a damn for. I mean, here's the thing. How are Galaxy doing? 1-0 lead. They just got a goal off an own goal. Galaxy knows this is the only thing that matters in this season. Galaxy knows it's the last thing that matters for their season. Nothing else matters. You want to go to the Champions Cup? You ain't making the playoffs. You ain't. You're in more shit than Toronto. And even then they have to be perfect just to make the playoffs. Pretty much. Galaxy has an even smaller shot to make the playoff. They still have less points than Toronto, regular season-wise. Makes me feel a little bit better. Either way, still 0-0 for Seattle. Yep, and also the second time in 2 straight years that if this holds and Seattle doesn't bottle a penalty shootout or just scores late, all 4 teams in the semifinal are MLS teams. Also would be the third straight year of all 3 MLS teams qualifying to Champions Cup through the tournament. Because even then, the first year, even though the third place was MLS versus Liga MX, Philadelphia still won the third place game. Monterrey was already in Champions Cup. They didn't need to win it. So if LA holds on and Seattle wins the game, it'll be the third straight year of all MLS teams occupying all 3 Champions Cup spots from this tournament, and also the second time in 3 years where it's all 4 teams are semifinalists of MLS. So, and this time it was even. This time it was rigged. This time, I wouldn't say rigged, but it was set up to end up with at least one Liga MX team in the semifinal, or the semifinals very likely would be league versus league. Saved by Novak, that'll be a corner. And it still didn't end up that way. Musovski just got a red card. Well, that's dumb. Seattle's having a meltdown. Can Toronto make it to the playoffs? If they're perfect, pretty much. They still could. I ain't got much to say about that. Corner for Pachuca. I mean, hey, if the finals always played in Mexico and they could make teams be stupid enough to get the shits, I'm not saying they're poisoning food, but the team's got to be smarter. No joke. These teams have to be smarter. Like, don't drink the water. Don't get the shits right before a final. Don't. I mean, the altitude's already hard to play with. And now you're getting the shits? Have you not heard of Montezuma's revenge? Punched away by Novak. That's got to be a free kick for LA Galaxy. Free kick for the Galaxy. Also an injury stoppage. But either way. Denny Musovski gets the red card. Oh, he got a second yellow. Well, that makes sense. I didn't say that. I said, I don't think they poisoned the food. I said, I don't think. If I wasn't clear enough. No, I do not think the teams are poisoning the food of Vancouver and Columbus. I'm saying, have you ever heard of Montezuma's revenge? Don't drink the water. Like, or something. Like, I don't know what the hell has been happening. I don't think the food's being poisoned. I don't think that's happening. But something's going on. A dude who goes for Chivas predicted Tigres would move on, Toluca would move on, Pachuca would move on, and Pueblo would be eliminated. And so far, it might be the whole opposite. And so far, we might be seeing the whole opposite of that. Or every MLS team goes on to the semifinals. Either a complete reversal or just, yes, they should. And drink bottled water. Or hell, at this point, bottled water and MREs. I'd be like, hey, if we're going to Mexico, we're eating MREs as long as we're there. We're bringing our own water. We're bringing our own Gatorade. We're bringing our own everything. 1-0 for LA. If they win out, they can make the playoffs. They aren't mathematically eliminated yet. .36 minute. Playing forward. 35th minute. .37th minute. I don't know if a big name is the smartest play. Nascimento, cross, Royce, shot, goal, goal, goal! Marco Royce wheels back to him and he puts it away. 2-0, 2-0, Galaxy. Still 0-0 for Seattle and Puebla. .2-0 Galaxy, 2-0. And this one, they do score. Marco Royce. Oh, Dillon should be happy about that one. It's a former Dortmund man. It's a former Dortmund man. The former Dortmund man. Pachuca's fraudulent. Marco Royce scores. Ball played forward. Nascimento plays it back off a defender, and then Royce is right there to collect and put it away. Aceves screws up again. No problem. .38th minute, 2-0. Where's Rondon? He got sold to Oviedo. And then Cadiz came from León to Pachuca. I mean, that's a look. When y'all ass got pushed out of the tournament for freaking... That's a look. 39th minute. Free kick for Pachuca, 39th minute. Royce has done better. He started very slow this year, but he's done better for the Galaxy as the years progressed as well. 39th minute. I'm not surprised. Dude probably shouldn't have went back to Europe, but guess what? Grupo Pachuca owns Oviedo too. Of course. Playing forward. It's out for a throw-in for Pachuca, 39th minute. Ooh. Truthfully, Brazil 0-2. Truthfully, Brazil 0-2. 40th minute. Brazil never had a good goalkeeper. You had Buffon. Yeah. But Italy 06 did not have the firepower Brazil did. So it's firepower versus goalie. Best goalie, Buffon. Firepower, I mean, defensively they were pretty good. But firepower, I'd say Italy defense is better. Firepower, Brazil. '41st minute. Nascimento cross side netting. Goal kick, 41st minute. 10-11. Still 0-0 between Seattle and Puebla. Brazil 06, Germany 14. Germany 14. 42nd minute. I don't know if Brazil 06 would have got 7-1, but 42nd minute. Playing forward, saved. '42nd minute. Yellow card for Pachuca. '43rd minute. Draw ball. '43rd minute, 2-0. Still 0-0 between Seattle and Puebla. Slaps him in the face. Ibra's back in FC, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, he has an icon card. At least on mobile. But I guess that means he also has an icon card on the main version. I guess. 89th minute. That's out for a goal kick. And it seems to me, with the way these timings are going, we will be able to watch the shootout of Seattle versus Puebla during the halftime LA Pachuca. Seems to me on the TV. So we will do that. '44th minute. Novak with a goal kick. 2-0 LA Galaxy, 2-0. Friday, of course, is our Leagues Cup quarterfinal recap. Semifinal predictions, by the way, just to be clear. Because we have CONCACAF games tomorrow. 90th minute. 45th minute. How much stoppage time Corner for Seattle. 45th minute. Six minutes of stoppage time in this half. Well, that's good. Six minutes, really? Yeah. Must be the injury. Must be the water. Must be the injury. 45th minute. Happy Thursday, by the way. Playing forward. At least for me, it's finally Thursday. '46th minute. Playing forward, Paintsel. Paintsel. Shot over the bar, 47th. Yeah, it was already Thursday for you. Yeah. So, Paintsel pushes it forward, but he puts it over the bar. Getting close to the half. Is it still? Oh, wait. We are still during stoppage time for Seattle and Puebla. 47th minute. 2-0. 1 minute down. 51 minutes would be, 6 minutes. So, we will watch the shootout of the Seattle game during the half of this game. Frankly, I don't even have to say the stats for this game because I'm not doing the review. There's no reason. I just have to say how I feel about the half. There you go. Denny Leyva's on for Nuhu for Seattle. I'm sure for penalties. 48th minute. Calling out the stats doesn't really matter considering 48th minute. For you, it might be midnight. I've already gone past it. 48th minute, I've already gone past it. It's not weird for me, though. I mean, my sleep schedule is absolutely fucked. Let me be real. I do not. My sleep schedule is... It is what it is. I'm probably going to pay for it later in life. I don't care, though. 49th minute. It's Leagues Cup after dark. I don't have to watch it. 49th minute. Galaxy have been the better team, though. It's like they know they're screwed if they don't win. I understand it, though. Yeah. Well, I mean, if I did, you know, because I don't put on makeup. If I did have dark circles, you would know. I don't put on makeup, and I never will. So, PKs for Seattle versus Puebla. We'll be watching those PKs as the second half starts. 50th minute. One minute to go of stoppage time for the LA game. I'm talking about on camera. There are people who are on camera that put on makeup that are men. Not me, but if you're on camera as a presenter or of some form, they'll at least cover your blemishes. I don't, but I'm not saying I do, but look up newsman getting makeup. I'm sure it's there or something like that. I didn't say I wouldn't either, by the way, just to be clear. I never have. Y'all have seen my zits before. And it's halftime, 2-0. You've seen them pretty freaking flared up, too. It's not like either way. With that being said, halftime, 2-0, 2-0. We have a penalty shootout for Seattle and Puebla. We will be back soon. Sit tight, be back. Halftime, 2-0, 2-0. We'll watch the shootout as well. Sit tight, be back. We're back as the shootout starts. Yes. Yes. Not all of them, but I'm sure when it's needed, they do. Sorry to break your illusion of the world. I thought this was like absolutely... Here we go. Shootout for Seattle versus... Oh, now it's... Okay, good. Shootout for Seattle versus Puebla. The winner advances to play the Galaxy. And I think the Galaxy will check that once it happens. But we get some extra coverage of the shootout. Christian Roldan coming up to take the shootout. The second penalty shootout of the night. Well, they're telling the goalies the rules before they go. Christian Roldan's the first penalty taker. And we'll talk about the second half of the Seattle, or the first half of the LA Galaxy game once we see what happens. Seattle, can they win on penalties? It was a 0-0 draw after 90, just like the Toluca-Orlando game that ended horribly for Orlando. Or for Toluca, my bad. Here we go. Julio Gonzalez, the penalty, the goalie for Puebla. And here comes Roldan. Shot. Oh, off the crossbar and out. Off the post and out. Roldan missed. Roldan missed. He hit the post and it went out. And even though Gonzalez came off the line, oof. And Puebla might just be the last Liga MX team left. Lord. That would be crazy if that ends up that way. Andrew Thomas, you got to make a damn save. And it is number 19, Ricardo Marin. Former Chivas guy. Former Chivas guy. Thomas versus Marin. Thomas. Shot. Saved! Saved by Thomas. Marin misses. He missed. Marin gets saved, and it's still even. It is still even. Alex Roldan's going to take a penalty. Can he avenge his brother? Can he avenge his brother? Alex Roldan here. Christian miss. Can Alex score? Give Seattle the advantage. Alex Roldan, goal. He scores. 1-0 Seattle, 1-0. Seattle has the advantage. Boom. Sent the goalie the wrong way and put it away. Next up, number 17. That is Esteban Lozano. Esteban Lozano to take this second penalty for Puebla. Can he even it up for Puebla? Or will Andrew Thomas stand up strong? Or will he miss and nothing else? Lozano. Lozano. Goal. 1-1. Tie game. Tie game. So, 1 miss each, 1 goal each. Seattle Puebla. And next up is Jackson Reagan. Jackson Reagan for Seattle. Jackson Reagan. Shot, goal. Beats the goalie. Oh, Lord. I hope he's okay. Is Gonzalez just pissed at himself or is he hurt? He went down flopping like a fish. 2-1 Seattle. Jackson Reagan scores 2-1. And next up, Puebla. Here's a shot. Goal. That is a goal from Owen Gonzalez. Scores to make it 2-2, and he lasered it home. Thomas went the right way, but he couldn't get a hand to it. 2-2. Jesus Ferreira to take a penalty. Jesus Ferreira to take a penalty. Can he make it 3-2? Jesus is, nah, man. I get what you're saying, but I'd say more like the fraud, but either way. Jesus Ferreira. Ferreira, shot, goal. 3-2. Can Andrew Thomas make another save? He has to. Or hopefully Puebla misses. Either way. Well, for Seattle's sake. They would hope. Either a save or a miss. I didn't say. Either way, 3-2, 3-0. Seattle has the advantage right now. Puebla placing the ball down on the spot. Number 7, that is shot, goal. Fernando Monarez scores. 3-3. Seattle has to score to send us to sudden death at the very least. Thomas is a good goalkeeper, I will say. Seattle has to score to send us to sudden death. And it is Obed Vargas. Obed Vargas to take this 5th penalty. He has to score, or all the pressure's on Thomas. Gonzalez versus Vargas. Vargas rolls it in. Obed Vargas scores 4-3. 4-3, 4-3. Now the pressure's on Puebla. They have to score to send it to sudden death. The last penalty shootout went to sudden death. Will this one go? And going up is Diaz. Diaz to take this final penalty. He has to score. If he doesn't, Puebla are eliminated. If he does, we go to sudden death. Andrew Thomas wants a save or a miss for the win. Diaz wants a goal to keep it alive. Which will it be? Shot saved! Thomas! Andrew Thomas comes up big. Seattle to the semifinals. 4-3 on penalties. And it is a penalty save. He did not come off the line. Seattle to the semis. They advance, even if it wasn't pretty. 0-0, 4-3 on penalties. Seattle advances to the semifinals. Very likely to play the Galaxy. Very likely to play the Galaxy as it stands. And it is a penalty shootout win for perfect timing. It works perfectly. All MLS semifinals as it stands. We are leading to an all MLS semifinals of the Leagues Cup as it stands, unless Pachuca could do something amazing. Puebla are out. They put up a good fight, but it just wasn't meant to be. Seattle did advance. If Pachuca loses, that means that's gone. Still could have the same third place match, but either way, my bracket was already busted. Seattle. All right. That was correct. And now we move back to the LA Galaxy game. Let's make sure That goes away. So Seattle will be hosted by the Galaxy if this holds. Miami hosts Orlando. So as it stands, Galaxy would host the second semifinal. All right. We'll deal with the rest of that bracket later. Puebla deserved to win. No, they didn't. They were tough, but they didn't deserve to win. There's a difference. Second half about to start. LA Galaxy's been the better team by far. By far, they've been the better team. Question is, Parente coming on for the second half. Galaxy lead, and honestly, they deserve to be, and they are leading. Can they hold on and fill out the full MLS semifinal of this tournament? Playing forward, Garces. Playing forward, Pachuca. Oh, that did not look good. 45th minute. 45 more minutes left in this game, plus stoppage time. Galaxy looking to play the Sounders and host them next midweek. 3 MLS teams have advanced. 1 looks to be advancing. Shot blocked away. That's out for a goal kick. Defense Force tomorrow. Yes, I'll be live for that. Well, later today. Thursday night, but later today at this point for me. But I'll be live for it, yes. Defense Force versus Juventus de Cais, I'll be live for it, yes. I'll be live for it, and I'll also be live for Alianza versus Alajuelense tomorrow, or tonight. Basically, it depends on how you want to put it. Really, it is tonight. Just 20-some hours later, but you get my point. But tomorrow night, because either way, you get my point. So do with that what you will. (2-0). Galaxy does not get a third. It's cool. Defense Force is cool. Like, that's an amazing club name. It's cool. Like, why are you acting like it's stupid? Dude. Like, '48th minute. I think that's an awesome name. Army team. Oh, that makes sense. That's where it came from. That makes sense. Pachuca playing forward, 49th minute. I still think that's cool as hell, though. Defense Force, that's an awesome club name. Just, I hope they have a good defense. It'd be stupid if they did. Save. YouTube full time. Playing forward. Cross in. Oh, this might be. Good tackle. Shot wide. Pachuca's really pushing for it. Pachuca's pushing for it. '50th minute. LA Galaxy's starting to choke a little bit. Let's be real. '51st minute. Spotzer and Orlando won on pens. Yes, they did. I watched. He didn't take one, but they won. So he's in the Leagues Cup semifinal. And he has a 3 out of 4 chance of making the Champions Cup. And Toronto ain't going. Puebla lost. Wait, you're a Puebla fan? I'm confused. 51st minute. I thought you were a Galaxy fan, basically complaining about your team having a shit season, and this is the only thing that could save it. And they're actually playing like it. You're a Puebla fan. I want them to win for obvious reasons. They never were. They never were. They never were. '52 minutes. Now Galaxy has to face Sounders. Well, it would be funny. Oh, they did just lose to him. But hey, the good news is the good news is the Galaxy at least has a third place match if they lose to the Sounders. But I do legitimately believe the Galaxy, here's the good news. The Galaxy are hosting the Sounders. Oh, wait. They did that 2 weeks ago and lost. Well, at least they know how to watch film to not let that happen again. Or maybe they knew they could face them and they sort of, let's look at the starting 11. No, they tried to play their best 11. It just didn't pan out. But either way, I think Puebla gave the blueprint how to play Seattle. Exactly. And LA Galaxy have been amazing during Leagues Cup. I think they'll play better. The game matters more. I didn't watch much of that game against Seattle when they played the league match, but I'm sure they were like, hey, we might play them. Let's not give them everything. It's not worth it. Play our best 11, but let's not give them everything. It's not worth it. No, I'm a Baptist. I'm a Christian. Will Ricky be back for the semifinal? Probably not. 54th minute. I'm a Baptist. Christian. '54th. I'm anti-elitist, so what? How do you take that to be? I'm anti-elitist, so take that however you want to take it. I'm libertarian and anti-elitist, so take that as it is. Take that how you want to. Libertarian and anti-elitist. Take that how you want to. I've not heard about it, no. I have not. 56th minute. I'll look it up, I guess. '56th minute. But it sounds awful. Save, caught. '57th minute. Here comes LA Galaxy. Galaxy's letting Pachuca push too much. '58th minute. Playing forward. '58th minute. 2-0. '58th minute. Two 0. Playing forward? Nope. '59th minute. Cuevas got a yellow card. 59th minute. '59 minutes of football being played. (2-0) and Galaxy are (2-0). It's getting a little bit crazy, I gotta say. Player down hurt. '60th minute. Because where I was born never had a local team besides college football or college sports. I could choose whatever the hell I wanted. In my eyes, I could have chose whatever the hell I wanted. And I chose Toronto teams. Because where I was born, you ain't got no pro teams. I could choose whatever the hell I wanted. That's what I chose. It'll make a lot more sense when college football starts. Because what person would... Because the team that I root for is a team nobody would choose to root for if you ain't from the state they play. You're from the state they are from. Nobody. So, yeah, I was born in Mississippi. No random person would choose to root for Mississippi State. Nobody. They're not good enough. Kennedy on for Adrisi. It's not good. The accent didn't give it away? Well, Galaxy's Galaxy. Either way, why I picked Toronto out all the other MLS teams? Because at the time Toronto became a thing, all my other favorite teams were Toronto teams. So you pretty much want to break it down. The fact that Roy Halladay was my favorite baseball player. That's where it all came from. And then I just chose to root for the rest of them. So. But there you go. And then, of course, the Patriots, Tom Brady. Do I regret it? I'm still here. Do I regret it? I'm still here. If I regretted it, I wouldn't be a Toronto fan right now. Well, I don't know. I could still regret it and be one, but either way, I am one, so I don't regret it that much. I mean, there have been good moments. They've won the MLS Cup. The Raptors won the NBA championship. The Blue Jays are doing really good right now. The Leafs are playoff team. I mean, yeah, you're stuck with them now. Yeah, if I regretted it. State sucks ass. Mississippi State sucks ass. Now that choice might have sucked, but it was either that, Ole Miss, or Southern. I chose State. I don't regret it. They suck, but I don't regret it. Well, yeah, even the baseball team won a national title, but either way. 65th minute. Still 2-0, 65th minute. 2-0. Playing forward, Galaxy loses the ball. But Galaxy still lead. They've calmed it down a little bit. They've calmed it down a little bit. Could they get a third? Because at this point, they're still living with the most dangerous score in football. Shot, cleared away. Corner. Guame coming on for Pachuca, 66th minute. And we have Cadiz off for Alemão. Corner for LA Galaxy. Cleared away. Garcia's on for Rodriguez. 66th minute. '67th minute. Leagues Cup is going to become MLS Cup. See, it already has. It always was. So it's just the MLS Cup? It always was. Please tell me people got reference to that meme. The astronauts. It always was. No. It always was. It always was. 68th minute. Libertarian. That would be yellow. . Playing forward. 69th minute. Playing forward, 69th minute. $20 more minutes to go. Yeah, of course they are. That's the only way they could get it. They've been so much better at Leagues Cup. I think they've basically flushed the regular season down the toilet because they should. They know what they're doing. Well, Enzo's in the house. You know what? Well, he's still on the Indies, doing the same stuff. Maybe he'll come back one day. I mean, maybe he'll come back one day. How could they be so bad during the regular season and somehow beat a good team like Pachuca? Pachuca ain't that good. Did you not watch the Club World Cup? They're beatable. They're beatable. Anybody could have their day. It's a lot easier to have 4 good days than 34 good days, so to speak. But also on that token, it's also easy to have 1 bad day than either way. It's always, when it comes to football, I mean, there's always the chance that you have, it's easier to have 4 good days, 4 really good days than 34 good days or something of that measure. Even the teams who have the winning seasons when it comes to league play, they still have some bad days. You're never not going to have a perfect season. And no, Arsenal's Invincibles is not a perfect season. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. That does not count. Not one bit. Yeah, they drew 14 games? Some of those I bet were some really bad days. They were just lucky to still draw. So my point stands. Nelson coming on for the Galaxy, 73rd minute. And they got rid of the manager who got them to do that for Jimmy Lozano. Also, Rondon's not there anymore. They still have a good squad, but their Club World Cup run was horrible. Lozano ain't no Guillermo Almada over the bar, just to be clear. And maybe Liga MX teams don't care, but doesn't Pachuca need this to advance to Champions Cup? Don't they need this? Don't they need this? And it's 2-0, 74th minute. Here we go. This could help. Wikipedia does not have it yet. Yeah, it looks to me they needed Leagues Cup. Painsul, 74th minute. I mean, Leon won the Mexican League before they won the Champions Cup, but they're not going to do that again for a long time. Oh, what about Atlas? What about their Bicampeonato? They played Champions Cup. They didn't win it. So, top 4 for it. Yeah. America haven't won the Champions Cup in 10 years. They haven't won the Leagues Cup either. Quinones, man. America still has not won a Champions Cup in 10 years. They still haven't. The last time they won the Champions Cup was 10 years ago. What happened to James Rodriguez, though? He's still playing for Leon. 76th minute. So you won 3 straight leagues and made a 4th straight final. You still haven't won the Champions Cup in a decade. Tigres won 1 Champions Cup. Pachuca's won 2 in the past decade, I should say. Tigres won 1. Monterrey's won a lot. They've won a lot. And even then, now they're stopping winning. So. '76 minute. '77th minute, 2-0. Leon. Leon, that's it. Pumas couldn't even win it. Leon. Oh, Chivas. Depends on how far back you want to go. Past decade, Chivas and Leon. And that's a save from Novak, 78th minute. Toluca might be able to win, though. I would hope so. They bottled the Leagues Cup, though. I know that doesn't really mean anything, but they're beatable, I guess. '78th minute, 12 minutes to go. Here comes Galaxy. What a save. I'm just saying they have in the past decade. Still hurts. Still hurts. 78th minute. Playing forward. Brought down. Cleared away. '79th minute. Caught. Well, that's because that was like prehistoric era success. But either way, 80th minute, 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. '80th minute. El Salvador clubs won more CONCACAF Champions Cups than MLS teams. This is true. Back in the 60s and 70s. Also, MLS didn't start till the mid-90s. It is kind of crazy that the Cosmos never won a Champions Cup, though. I don't know if they ever were in it, to be honest. Just do with that what you will. 82nd minute. Brought down. Fagundes. 82nd minute. Playing forward. Miami will never win it. Possible. Playing forward. Pachuca winning, or LA Galaxy beating Pachuca 2-0. Yeah, same as Miami right now, frankly, when it comes to MLS. 83rd minute. Saved. Oh! Free kick the other way. 83 minutes. Waiting for the second half this game to end. We have 3 of the 4 finalists, all being MLS finalists. And right now, as things are going, LA Galaxy would be in the final, the 4th MLS or semifinals. 4 MLS semifinalists, all MLS semifinalists of this tournament, of course. 84th minute. Novak is down, but he gets back up. Still 2-0. Draw ball. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Five minutes to go plus stoppage time. Still 2-0. 2-0. This should be the LA Galaxy winning, but who even knows? So 2 for 4 on my quarterfinal predictions. Hot take, but winning the Asian Champions League is easier than winning the CONCACAF Champions Cup. I would believe that. I'd believe that. I think there are more teams with the Asian Champions League, or there's less teams who are actually competitive. Like, there's still only certain teams where you're like, yeah, this team ain't competitive. You could always have a Central American team spring an upset, or a Caribbean team, and then Forge is still damn good, so you do with that what you will. But, yeah, I would agree. '87th minute. Well, the Korean teams. Well, you know what? The Korean teams have a chance, though. Let's not discount them. Christian Ramirez might be coming on for the Galaxy. 87th minute. 2-0. They did. And now they're in the freaking Europa League of Asia. And now Al Nassr is in the Europa League of Asia. Let's not forget that this year. '88th minute. '88th minute. '88th minute. Two 0 2-0. Yeah, they have AFC Champions League 2 or whatever. That's legitimately what they call it. Used to be the AFC Cup, but they changed it. 89th minute. One minute left to go before stoppage. Pretty much. Here's a shot. Wide. Well, it was more of a cross. "30 seconds. They better win all those games. Free kick for Pachuca. 30 seconds to go. Good job, Galaxy. Peck is down. Here comes the free kick. Final 10 seconds of regular time. 3-0. They better. Seven minutes of stoppage time. You got to be kidding me. Punched away. All 4 MLS teams have advanced. Well, 7 more minutes till we know that's the truth. But Paintsel, if he puts it away, he did not. Miami through, Orlando through, Seattle through, LA Galaxy 6 minutes and 20 seconds away from being through. There's no way they allow 2 goals in 6 minutes and 20 seconds, right? There's no way, right? Then again, they'd be pulling the Spurs if they did. '91st minute, 91-21. Paintsel. And Marco Royce is coming off for Christian Ramirez. I thought Toluca were going to be one of 2 Mexican sides the semifinals. Eric Zavaleta is on for Garces. Oh, my God. Eric Zavaleta's playing the last minutes of a quarterfinal. Yeah, that's a smart idea, Vanny. That's a smart idea. Eric Zavaleta. Okay. All right. It's 6 minutes. It's 5 minutes. There's no way you could screw it up that badly. There's no way you could screw it up that badly, right? Like 5 minutes allowing 2 goals? Zavaleta ain't that bad, right? The Vancouver Whitecaps were not in this tournament because they had to play Champions Cup. It was the MLS rule of you can only play 2 tournaments of the 4 of Leagues Cup, Champions Cup, Can Champ, and Open Cup. And the CSA, the Canadian Soccer Association, will not let a Canadian team shirk their responsibilities of Voyageurs Cup to play Leagues Cup. So they were basically forced not to play Leagues Cup. Also, they replaced them with San Diego, so I'm sure nobody's complaining about that at all. I'm sure they would rather had San Diego in there anyway. It was all the other playoff teams except for Vancouver who did make the playoffs. San Diego taking Vancouver's spot, which I don't think anybody complained about that. 94th minute. 2-0. That'll go back to Moreno. 94 minutes, 3 minutes to go. 2-0, 2-0. Cleared away. Blocked away. Well, they may play the MLS Cup against each other. Possible. 95th minute. Ain't out of the realm of possibility. '95th minute. Free kick. For Pachuca, 95th minute. '96th minute. What a crazy MLS transfer window this has been. Yep. Over the top, header away. Final minute. Shot. Alamo! Alamo scores. What a shot. It's 2-1. And Pachuca still have life. Alamo. 2-1. Oh my God. They still have seconds to pull one more. Alamo. Ball plays over the top for him. And he just, boom, spins and volleys it himself. Wow. If only Pachuca could have scored one a bit earlier. That was a work of art. They're checking it. Really? They'll still get a minute to play once this is checked. Wow, that was awesome. He's onside. He's onside. And he was onside. And it is a goal. Pachuca has one more minute to equalize this game and go to penalties. Hey, so you can set it up. You can get a goal in 1 minute. And it's full time. Full time, 2-1, and he gets a yellow card. 2-1, 2-1, Galaxy advance. And it will be an all-MLS semifinal, even after that last second goal. 2-1, 2-1, Galaxy advance. Pachuca are eliminated. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Send some chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist, share with friends and family, all that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow, well, later tonight, 6:55 p.m. Central for the Caribbean Cup live for Defense Force versus Juventus de Cais. And 9 o'clock for Alianza versus Alajuelense live and review there for Alajuelense Alianza. So 2 CONCACAF matches tomorrow. But 2 lives, 1 review later tonight. Galaxy move on. Congratulations, Galaxy. Felicidades, Galaxy. Commiserations, Pachuca. And the quarterfinals are over. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See ya. Don't forget to check out the Miami video, by the way.